Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What's up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
Today we're going to talk about one of our recurring
It's a
themes.
recurring theme in the world.
It is. So I guess we first have to establish what a triple M to the P is for this
Yes,
episode.
we came up with this term, and I would not be surprised if this goes mainstream,
It should. It should.
underground mainstream.
Because the triple M to the P is a very specific behavioral pattern that
Yes.
is very prevalent. And so why don't you tell us if you can iterate it smoothly, what does triple M to the P stand
Oh
for,
my gosh.
Butterfly?
Okay. It's difficult, but let me see if I can do it. It is a
Mini?
mini megalomaniac micromanager psychopath.
That's
Mini,
that's a it's a
mini
mini megalomaniac
megalomaniac
psychopath
psychopath micromanager.
micromanager. Okay, so let's see. It's difficult,
It's
but
hard.
it's the thing is all of that is very, very specific and very accurate.
Yes.
That's why it's important. So it's a
Yes.
mini megalomaniac
Megalomaniac
psychopath
psychopath
micromanager.
micromanager.
Okay. So first of all, so let's break it down from the beginning. So why are they mini?
Well, the world is run by megalomaniac
That's right.
psychopaths, right? Like Larry Fink.
Larry Fink.
He's the CEO of Earth.
He's the CEO of BlackRock, so he's the CEO of Earth.
So he's a megalomaniac psychopath.
And what was his statement that he made a few years ago?
Um
We're gonna
drive behavior.
Yeah.
Financial instruments.
We're gonna drop behavior with financial instruments.
Yeah.
So what he means by that is through very strict and rigid micromanagement, they're gonna make people
Do what they
impose
want
these
them to do.
protocols.
Yeah.
So where we really saw the triple M to the P come into the fore was
Mm.
during cooties.
Cooties.
When you would go into Trader Joe's and they'd
Yeah. And the stock boy would be like, pull your mask.
put your mask on. Remember, I was telling you about that one girl that was protesting with me at Red Pill Corner,
Yeah.
and she went into Sprouts.
Oh, I almost got arrested at Sprouts. I have a whole story about that.
That's what she did. She
Uh-huh.
went in and she refused to put on her mask, and the
Yeah.
girl like followed her around.
Yeah, which is weird behavior if you're scared of a deadly disease. Why
Yeah.
would you want to follow closely to that person that might be contagious?
You'd think that'd be counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But then
But
it was
that's not the point. The point
no.
is to micromanage.
The point is micromanagement
Mhm.
and really aggressively get you to do what they tell you to do.
Yeah,
That's the triple M to the P.
mentality.
It's like the hallmark
Yes.
of a triple M to the P.
And a lot of times it's not really because they want you to do this certain thing because it might benefit them, but it's more of just the act of telling you what to do that
Yes.
gives them their 5 minutes of power, and that's what they like.
And there's a specific aspect of telling you what to do that they really like is if by telling you what to do and making you observe a certain protocol and you suffer for that,
Yes, that's even
that
better.
it's delicious
They
for them.
love it. They love to make you feel like that scene in that movie, Planes, Trains, and
That's the
Automobiles.
scene.
Do you want to talk about that scene?
That's the scene. So in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Steve Martin,
He's had
he
a terrible
he's having a
day.
horrible business trip, and he's trying to rent a car at this little airport in Wisconsin, and it's snowing. It's the middle of winter, and all of these horrific things happen with his rental car that are very disappointing. And he ends up having to walk from like the rental car area, which is in a remote part of the airport, all the way to the desk. And he's all disheveled and wet, and it was a real rigorous journey to get to the front of the desk. And so he waits in line and he finally gets up to the lady and she asks for the requisite paperwork to verify his rental. And he goes, I lost my paperwork. And she goes, what does she say?
She goes, "You're fucked." And that's a triple M to the P.
That's a triple M to the P because the thing is she tells you you're fucked, but she kind of likes it.
Yeah. There's never any like, let's see how I can help you. And I realize that you've had a bad day or this is a hard,
No,
difficult
no,
situation for you. I want to do what I can to make it easier and help
no,
you. It's not that.
no,
It's
no.
always like, you're fucked.
It's your
And
fucked,
I'm happy to
and I'm
tell you that.
happy. I'm happy that you're really screwed right now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you had that happen recently. So that's what's
Well,
prompting us to talk about the triple M to the P today.
yes. So I just this morning had this experience and we started talking about it and we decided it's time to reiterate the triple M to the P thing.
And the reason I wanted to do this episode is because your experience that we're going to talk about right now is a microcosm for a larger phenomenon.
Yes, it is because this seems to be happening a lot now, this kind of thing. So, I have a new little
You
puppy.
have the
She's
puppy.
adorable.
Yes.
And she has like a bump on her head and
Yeah.
yeah, and so I'm like, I think I need to like maybe get it checked out, you
Mhm.
know? So I call the vet that we've taken the other dog to, and the girls at this office, you can tell they're triple M's to
They
the
are
P's.
triple M's to the P.
Yeah, they've never been friendly. They're always wearing masks still. And they have a very like cooties kind of
Can I
attitude to
interject
all
something
these.
about that?
Yeah,
That's actually
that's
very
a
telling
that's a sure sign of a triple M to the P.
because mask wearers are protocol followers,
Yes.
and wearing the mask has become their identity.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of that Bob Marley interview that he was doing that one time in the Bob Marley documentary. Did you ever watch that?
No.
And the guy was interviewing him, and he was like, "Why do you wear dreadlocks?" And he grabs his dreadlocks and he goes, "This is my identity." Yeah, right? And I
Yeah.
always think
The masks.
the masks are their identity. So
Totally.
but what are they identifying with? They're identifying with what happened during cooties when they made everybody wear masks and they tried to make everybody get shots. It was this psychopath protocol that they
Mm,
were imposing on you.
yeah,
So them wearing their masks is actually telling because that is a very in keeping with the triple M to the P.
totally. And did we explain why they're called mini? Is because they're following the orders
That's
of
right.
the megalomaniacs. So it trickles down from the top. So BlackRock and Larry Fink are, they're managing our world, and
He's the CEO of Earth.
he's CEO of Earth, and they get the people underneath them to micromanage the people underneath them, and so on and so on. And it
That's right.
trickles down to then you're in Trader Joe's and the stock boys telling you to put on a mask.
And very adamant about it.
Yes.
And you know what it reminds me of? Our viewers may have watched the Lego movie.
Mm,
Remember the Lego
right.
movie? And
Yes.
so Will Ferrell is President Business.
Oh, yeah.
He is Larry Fink.
Mm-hmm.
And remember in the Lego movie, they had micromanagers.
Yes,
And the little
totally.
micromanagers
Yeah.
went out and they micromanaged.
Yes.
That is revealing the method.
God, that is so accurate.
Isn't it crazy?
Totally revealing the method. It's so and their system works for them because they just have to
It
have
is.
Larry Fink and like, Bill Gates and all those kind of people managing in their psychopathic ways. And then all they have to do is get their little minions to follow their orders and it trickles all the way down to like
Because
Sephora and Trader Joe's.
that's right. And why do the minions so adamantly follow their protocols is because they are desperate to not get canceled.
Right.
They want to have their Tesla and
Mhm.
they want to have their mortgage and they want to have their whatever lifestyle.
And they're followers. They don't think
They're
for
followers.
themselves. They don't think for themselves.
And once they realize that running afoul of the culture club is going to be adverse to their material well being, they go, no, 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 no. I'm going to just align with this.
Yeah,
And I think once you align with the psychopathy, you become a mini psychopath.
totally.
So anyhow, that was an aside. So they're
Yeah.
wearing masks at the vet,
Yeah. So anyway,
and they're always rude.
they're always rude. So I called and I was like, I want to bring my puppy in because she has this bump and I think it needs to get looked at right away. And the girl was like, well, she goes, my next availability is next Tuesday, blah, 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 and I was really hoping to get her in sooner than that. Are there any openings, this week at all? And she goes, I said, my next availability is next week.
That's not, it's almost like that's bad bedside manner.
It's really bad.
Because it's almost bedside manner because you're talking about somebody who the reason that you're calling is clearly because you're
I'm
concerned about
concerned.
your puppy.
Yeah. And she's got no sympathy to that. She just wants to triple M to the P me,
That's a
you
triple
know.
M to the P.
And
It's
and
almost like they're not concerned for your concern. They're
no,
actually they like your concern.
they like your concern and they are happy to tell you that you're fucked.
Are you suffering? Yeah.
So, and I've learned in life that, you don't get what you want unless you ask for it a lot of times.
That's
And
true.
sometimes, even when people might say, oh, my next availability is a week from blah, 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 I've learned that often when you say, is there any chance that I could like get in before that? Most of the time from my experience, they'll like go, well, we could squeeze you in at this time, blah, blah, blah. This has happened to me on many
They wouldn't
occasions.
have looked at that alternative option unless you asked
Uh,
them to check it out.
exactly. And this has happened to me like so many times.
So it's worth
So it's
asking,
worth asking,
but she shut you down.
she shut me down with an attitude of like, I already told you
Excuse
this
me.
is what it is. So I didn't say anything. I held my breath. I was like, wow, okay. So then she proceeds to tell me, um, I said, well, I go, what is there could you put my name down? And if there's an opening in the next few days, could you give me a call? We don't do wait
We don't
lists.
do that.
I said, well, what happens when somebody cancels an appointment and you have an opening? She goes, well, you could call back and find out. And I said, so do you mean to tell me that I would need to call every day and find out if there's been any cancellations for that day?
I just had an epiphany.
What?
Because you know how you were saying customer service has eroded.
Yes.
When you and I were younger, I've done customer service since I had a paper route when I was 11, and I did customer service in grocery stores, gas stations, golf courses, you name it, when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had a mentality of get it, get the customer is always right,
Right.
and do whatever you can to accommodate them. But what the new customer service is there's the protocol, and the protocol is not flexible.
No, there's no flexibility
That's
whatsoever.
what's up.
And I feel like we might get into this a little bit more after I finish telling my story, but it seems to be maybe a now generation kind of behavior
Yep, they seem to
because,
be susceptible.
yeah, they don't really want to try to have good customer service. So, yeah, I'm asking her, so do I need to call every day and ask if there's been a cancellation? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, so I would need to call like tomorrow to find out if like somebody canceled for tomorrow.
I'm afraid yes.
Yeah, which was going to be on a Thursday.
Actually, I'm not afraid. I'm
It,
happy.
and then I go, okay.
So you're
I,
supposed to just wake up every morning and go, let me call the vet and see if there's an
I'm
opening
supposed to
today.
wake up every day and call. And I said, well, what if
And haven't you guys been customers for a while?
yeah, I said, what if I call, tomorrow morning and then 10 minutes after I call, somebody cancels? Are you going to call me or do I need to call back like every hour?
You should probably call like every 10
I mean,
minutes.
it makes no sense. And she goes, well, if somebody cancels right after you call, I guess I could call you. And I'm like, what?
You guess?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, okay, so I guess I'll call tomorrow and find out. And then, um, but then she tells me, well, the doctor does surgeries on Thursdays, which would be tomorrow. And I said, so does he not see patients on Thursdays? And she goes, he does if it's an emergency. And I said, well, this is, kind of urgent because I want to find out what's wrong with my dog. So
Yeah.
could I get on that list of,
Again, kind of her tenor is not being considerate of your situation.
exactly. So she's like, if this is an emergency, you need to call pet emergency.
Yeah.
I said, this isn't really an emergency, but this is something that needs to be looked at right away, and then she's like, I said, okay, well, what about, she goes, well, you could find out about, call tomorrow and find out about tomorrow. And I said, or what about Friday? And she's like, yeah. And I said, okay, so does he work on Fridays? Well, he only works every other Friday. I'm like, okay, is he working on Friday?
Was he going golfing that day?
Yeah. And she goes, no, he's not working on Friday. And so that's where I lost it. And I said, that might have been some information that you should have shared with me a couple minutes ago when I was asking you about
What
Friday.
that demonstrates is
Like,
she's not being considerate
yeah,
of you.
like tell me, okay, if you're thinking about making an appointment on Friday, he doesn't work every Friday, and this Friday he's not available. He's not here.
She's not trying to help you
She was not trying to, in fact, she was like hindering me because
intentionally.
I was asking for an appointment on Friday and she never bothered to tell me that he's not even there on this Friday.
See,
So
this is triple M to the P.
it's so ridiculous. So I actually kind of went off Firefly and I just told her,
It's hard not to.
yeah, I said, you have extremely poor customer service skills and you should not be answering the phone.
Yeah.
You're not being helpful. You're not helping me to try. She's like, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
She's like oblivious to how she could have made you mad. She's like,
exactly.
what did I do?
Well, I think
All I'm doing is telling you the protocols that tell you your fact.
yeah, and I think what you were pointing out too is like it was a very passive aggressive response from
She's
her,
passive aggressive.
which the triple M's to the P's
They
often
are.
are because they love to be like, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but she's not sorry at all. She's like happy that I'm like
It's like
suffering.
I want to torture you to death.
Mhm.
And it's just a protocol.
Yeah.
So
So I think we won't be going to this place anymore because of these girls that are running the front office.
they're wearing masks. That's a
Yeah,
bad sign of the vet.
yeah.
That means the vet is either a triple M to the P himself or
He
he's
hires
oblivious.
triple M's to the
He
P's.
hires them. That's not
Yeah,
a good sign.
yeah. So after experiencing this, I was telling you about it, and we decided we better revisit this triple M to the P thing because this seems to be a phenomenon that is
And
ubiquitous.
it might sound like we're being catty, but it's not so much that we're bringing up this specific customer service experience to just be nitpicky and complaining.
No,
It's because it's a larger phenomenon.
yeah,
It's something that we've seen happen. It's an outcropping out of cooties.
yes,
Over the last 5 years, we've seen this. It's kind of like a movie, like the
mhm.
movie you call The Rise of the Triple M to the P.
Yeah, totally,
It's the rise of them.
totally.
They've come into prominence
Yeah,
because it's not that far out. It's not that far back in my memory where customer service was still good
yeah.
and
And
people still kind of genuinely cared about
you
you.
know what? Oh my gosh, I just had an
Epiphany,
epiphany.
epiphany, epiphany.
I think you're right. I think cooties really brought this out because it turned so many people into triple M's to the P's.
Yes,
And what it did was they were trying to isolate people and keep people away from each other.
that was a big part of it.
So it was like, and tell on your neighbor, snitch on people.
Oh yeah,
So there was like this sort of like, if you don't follow the rules that we're telling you to follow, you go against these other people. You know what I mean? So it's like you against them.
that's right.
And they were encouraging this kind of behavior. And I think a lot of these people, this has stayed with them, the ones that were like following that and like becoming triple M's to the P's.
Yeah,
It's stayed with them. And now they're like total triple M's to the
it
P's.
reminded me. Do you remember Maxine Waters? She did a statement during duties, and she was like, if you see one of these people at a
Mm,
gasoline station, you get in their face and you tell them they are not welcome
yeah.
anymore, anywhere. That was her quote.
Yeah.
You're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the language of like, you need to be exterminated.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I can guarantee you these people, like these girls at the vet and other people like her, are totally the ones that would be like wear a mask and like hating anybody who's not following along and, that whole thing.
And I was just thinking it kind of corresponds with remember how during cooties there was a wealth transfer from the
Mm,
middle class to the elites.
yeah,
And I think what we're seeing right now is the elites basically making their move to completely control humanity.
right.
So we see it happening. The triple M's to the P are on our free speech.
Hmm.
Look at how you kind of get triple M to the P when you try to navigate the algorithms in social media.
Yeah,
It's kind of triple M to the P.
it is.
It's like, well, we show you to five people, and if they don't like it and follow you, then you just don't get showed to anybody else. And you're like, but I really want to grow. And they're like, yes, we understand that you want to grow, but probably not going to happen.
Yeah,
You should probably just kill yourself.
totally.
So, anyways, I felt like it wasn't that I wanted you to just vent, even though it was very frustrating. I wanted to talk about this because I feel like the triple M to the P is a very integral part of the Culture Club plan.
Totally. And it's almost like you were saying that you almost can't even get a job unless you're a psychopath now,
I think that
you
might
know?
be a prerequisite.
Yeah,
You have to be like Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, totally. Well, the media worshippers turn into psychopaths.
That's how it works.
Hmm.
So let's unpack that a little bit. So why does media worship turn you into a psychopath? Because the media is being controlled by the culture club.
Yeah,
And the media, we've already talked about how it is mind control.
it is.
There's probably mind control in the big shawarma.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably mind control in the Starbucks.
Yep.
And I'm thinking Taco Bell. Because I had a Mexican pizza the other day.
Uh-huh.
We just had like a snack. We are like, I don't know, it's gonna be a couple hours till dinner. Do you want to have like a snack, me and my daughter? And she was like, yes.
Just let me Taco Bell.
So we stopped in
She's
Taco
like
Bell.
addicted to
Totally,
it.
she is. So we stopped in Taco Bell and she had like whatever. I can't remember what she gets. I get like the 5 layer burrito. And I always get a Mexican pizza. And I remember eating it and it felt akin to like a crackhead
It's like
finally
getting
getting a
high.
hit of a crack. It was like, oh.
God.
So it's conceivable that they're putting drugs that are addictive in these foods,
Hmm.
but also mind control.
Mm.
So I think the triple M to the P is an outcropping of that mind control that they've done. When you are a follower and you worship the media implicitly, it turns you into a psychopath. And I think that has become kind of the prerequisite to get hired into these companies.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they don't want people who aren't going to toe the line and
No.
aren't going to drink the Kool-Aid.
Right.
That's not allowed
No.
anymore.
Because if you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, you won't be serving the
You
Kool-Aid.
can't serve the Kool-Aid. And so that's not acceptable. So now, and I think it's becoming to the point now where they can identify you really quick.
I think so too.
They can tell this person's not in the culture club.
Yeah.
Let's hurt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. So, we've had like it seems like you've had several triple M to the P experiences recently. And
Well, I try not
yeah,
to bitch about stuff,
yeah,
but I bring it up only in the context of how it calls attention to a larger phenomenon.
that's what the whole thing is about.
So I had one, I had one. So my dad died about a year ago.
Hmm.
And it's actually, I can't believe it. My dad now has been dead for a year and 3 months.
Oh my
He died January of 2025. And we had a memorial for him like last spring.
Hmm.
And while we were getting ready for the memorial, my mom had a bunch of old photos from like the 60s and the 50s of my dad. And she was like, I would love to show these to everybody who's coming. And I was like, why don't you photo scan them? And then we can get a projector and we can project them on the wall while people are eating, which we did.
Hmm.
So, but we needed to get a photo scanner. And I looked online and I was like, they have them at Macy's. And I didn't do any other research. I just went, they got them at Macy's.
That was your
That
mistake,
was my
Firefly.
mistake. So I literally, and you know how trafficky it is in this area
I
now.
know.
It's like now because we're a
You
sanctuary city, it's become a third world hellhole.
and it's full of walkers.
It's
It's
walkers,
like a zombie apocalypse in
which
our
are
town.
they're like zombies, but they're triple M's to the P too, which
Totally.
is weird.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it takes me forever to finally get to the mall, find a place to park, walk into Macy's, go all the way downstairs to where they have the blenders and the food processors, and that's where the photo scanners are.
Mhm.
And I walk up to the lady, and she goes, "No, we don't have those." And that's all she says to me. And
It's like no customer
not
service.
at all. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how would I feel if I'm working behind the desk at Macy's and a lady has clearly made her way all the way from her house to find a product.
Yeah.
So she's made a journey over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "Oh shoot, well, let me see. Let me see what we have. Let's go over to this section at least. Let me demonstrate that I'm gonna do my darndest to satisfy you because you've made your." No, she just goes, "We don't have them."
Mhm.
And I felt like that dismissiveness was a triple M to the P.
Yeah, you know what? That's so funny because somebody was just telling me that they were at one of the grocery stores and they asked one of the workers like where something was. Like, do you know where the canned tomatoes are or whatever? And the girl was just like, no, and just walked off. What?
That was not allowed when I was
No.
doing customer
You would
service.
be like, I don't, but let me find somebody who does, or I'll go find out for you.
When
You
I
know what I
worked
mean?
so just to
There's no
That's
like
horrible.
desire to go help.
When I worked at Safeway, I worked at, do you remember Safeway? That used to be a
Yeah.
grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they
I
have
think
those
they
anymore.
still have
They
those
still
in
have them?
some
Maybe
places.
in NorCal?
Yeah.
So anyways, I worked at Safeway up in Tahoe City.
Oh, okay.
And, the way my manager was kind of a triple M to the P back then, but it
Mm.
was before triple M to the P became trendy.
Mhm. So trendy now.
Ah, so our protocol was if somebody asked you, "Where's the cereal?" You had to not only bring them to the cereal, but you had to touch the product.
Oh,
You had to
interesting.
actually touch the product
Wow.
because then they would see visually. You could
Yeah.
because they would have a problem with people just pointing in the aisle and going, "It's down there," and then the person goes down there, and they don't see it
Oh,
still.
yeah, and so actually what they were thinking is if they just tell people to tell them where it is, that's what'll happen, and
They don't find it
yeah,
still.
so they had to come up with a rule where you actually touch it, so you're taking the customer right to the product.
Which I think was actually kinda cool
Yeah,
because the people would be appreciative.
yeah,
Because some of those grocery stores, like that Safeway was huge,
yeah,
and you almost have you ever been in a grocery store where it's so big that you're looking for the olive oil and it feels like
like miles away. Yeah,
I did
totally.
that the other day. I was looking for olive oil in a grocery store, and I swear it was at Ralph's,
Mhm.
and I swear I had to go through every aisle
Well,
before I found it.
this incident happened at Ralph's. That store is huge, and
It's
you could roam
huge.
around there for
Dude,
hours
I
and
killed 10 minutes looking for the olive oil. So, anyways,
and they
that but
and
you would never tell somebody if they say, "Excuse me, can you tell me where the olive oil is?" They just go, "No,
no, I don't know where it is.
I work here, but no.
Yeah, I need to go sweep the corner back there.
I'm gonna go hurt somebody else." What'd you say? What you just you had an idea.
Um, what was I gonna say? No, oh, at that Ralph's, they have all of the like body care products and detergents locked up into like a
Yes,
glass cage,
that's the
which
new
is so bizarre
well, you know
because
why that is?
we live in a ghetto and people are stealing, I guess.
Shoplifting.
Yeah, and it's funny because my mom told me she goes because she shops at that store. She's like, if I was gonna steal something, I would steal a fillet and a bottle of champagne, not a bottle of detergent and like Q-tips or
Some
something.
maxi pads. I'm
Yeah.
taking these.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
It's so weird.
I know, and it is weird because now you have to go into that little, like, sectioned off section of the store,
Mhm.
make your HABA purchases, which is like household and soaps and stuff, and then you have to walk around the rest of the shopping experience with the purchases you already made.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you get a bag and a receipt. It's
Yeah.
just kind of annoying.
It's really weird, and so you have to, like, make 2 purchases if you're gonna buy that kinda stuff. So I know if I go into that store, which is not often, I make a point to only go there when I don't need, like, any kind of, like, toilet paper or, like,
Plus,
anything like that.
that's kind of an aside, but I want to bring it up because that's
Mhm.
kind of interesting. That whole notion of we need to lock all these products up now and there's a special attendant there, that is all really annoying to me because it's predicated on this
Scary.
the woke policies of
Yes.
California.
Yeah.
So in California, if you're not white, you can steal because it is racist to enforce the law.
Yeah, and if it's under $900, it's no biggie. You
And I
don't go to
mean,
jail or anything
dude, think about how much shit you could get at Ralph's for
for
900
under
bucks.
$900.
Dude,
I
I've
know.
gone in there and got groceries for 3 weeks and it was like 250 bucks.
Yeah,
For 900 bucks, you
yeah.
could just walk out of there with like 4 shopping carts full of shit
Yeah, you should just do it because they don't, like, do anything about it.
if you're not white.
Oh, that's
I
true.
think if you're white, they
You
throw
go
the book at
you
you.
go straight to jail.
That's part of the triple M to
Straight
the
to
P.
jail.
Yeah, straight to jail. It's worked
Maybe
very
even
good.
death penalty.
I love that. As a matter of fact, that that guy, what's his name?
Armistead?
Fred Armistead, in that skit where he goes, directly to jail.
Straight to jail.
It's worked very good in my country.
Yeah.
That actually might have that might have been revealing the method
Yeah.
because I think that's pretty much what they want to do with people who don't follow the culture club protocols.
Yeah.
Directly to jail.
Mhm.
It has worked very good in my country. I think that's pretty much where we're headed now.
Totally.
So, anyways, that was one example. If you ask for like where's the olive oil, and they just go, no,
No, I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna help
I
you.
don't know.
You're on your own.
So basically, all of these triple M to the P's are carrying out the bigger agenda of
Yes.
the Black Rock Culture Club.
And very much in the same way that the person working on the nuclear bomb, like we don't
Yeah.
know this for a fact, but we put forth this like thesis, like maybe there was some dude who was working on one little capacitor on the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, he was just soldering that one capacitor to the circuit board all day
That's all
long.
he did.
All day long. That's what he was doing.
He didn't understand the big picture.
He didn't know that that circuit board was then going into this other big thing that went into something else, and then it could blow up the whole world.
That's right. So he didn't see the big picture, the part of the design. He just carried
Supposedly.
out his part.
Yeah.
He might have. But and if he did, they might have severanced him, so he didn't know. So he went home and he goes, "What's for dinner?" And she goes, "What'd you do today?" "I don't know. We having steak."
Yeah.
So I think that whole phenomena is part of it. Is the triple M's to the P? They might be unwittingly being used by the culture club.
Hmm.
They're just like, I'm a psychopath that likes to hurt people. I don't really understand how I fit into the big picture, but I just know I like to hurt people.
Yeah.
I don't think they fully are cognizant of the fact that they're cogs in the wheel being used
I totally agree with that.
because they're kind of walkers.
Yeah.
They're not very self-aware.
Well, the whole thing is they're followers and they don't think for themselves and they don't ask questions. And that's what the culture club likes. They don't want you to ask questions.
No.
They want everybody Brave New World somatized, dumbed down so that you don't ask questions.
Oh my God. And where did we see two different news things during Cooties where they reiterated don't ask questions? It was that one black chick in New York and on Long Island. And she was like, I am taking the infusion. I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I roll up my sleeve and I take the infusion. And so she's like saying, take the pokies without asking
Right.
any questions.
Yeah.
And then remember Chris Cuomo during the first Epstein leak of documents, which is a big nothing burger. But he goes, excuse me, I want you to stop doing deep dive research on your own.
Right.
I'm a
We'll
professional.
do the deep dive.
Let me do that.
Yeah. And remember that headline that we saw that said you should not go down rabbit holes?
Should not go down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
This is really, let us do that for you. And we'll tell you what's a conspiracy and what's not.
Yeah.
So I think you're absolutely right. You just brought up a profound aspect of the Culture Club plan. Don't ask any questions.
Right.
And don't be questioning things. Don't be looking deeply into things. Because remember when I worked at it used to be called Squaw Valley, but now
Yeah.
it's called Small Native American Girl Valley because it's PC. And what did I do? I worked in the parking lot.
Hmm.
So when you pulled in to go to ski, I had my flashlights and I would guide you to where to park.
Kind of like an air traffic control
I was air
guy.
traffic control.
Or whatever those guys
Yeah,
are
yeah,
on the runway.
exactly. I was
Yeah.
like that guy. So I guide you to go park, but if you got out of your car and went and looked behind a bush, there's like murders taking place over there.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Excuse me, sir, I need you to go ahead and park over here." But you're like, "Wait, there's murders taking place over here, sir. You're not supposed to be looking at those. I need you to come
Yeah,
over
and
here."
most people just comply.
They go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And none of them go, "Wait a minute, there was murders taking place behind that bush over there. Sir, we're gonna need you to just forget about that." That's why being Dory is good.
Yeah, they want you Dory, they want you somatized. They
Who's
don't
Dory? Dory, if you don't know, she only remembers 5 seconds,
yeah.
and then she doesn't remember anything
Yeah,
else.
that's what they want.
They want that.
They want people to forget what happened yesterday or even 5 minutes ago and shut up. What's the first
When you
thing
join the culture
when you
club,
join the culture?
when they join the culture club, they hand you a business card,
Uh-huh.
and the business card doesn't say anything on it except for 2 words.
Shut up. And that's the first thing that they wanna tell you. That's what Anthony Fauci wants to tell you. That's what all of them wanna tell you.
So what
Don't
exactly?
ask questions, just shut up.
So the triple M's to the P are doing customer service. So I always say they're where the rubber meets the road.
Right.
And I don't think that they're fully cognizant that they are playing an integral role in this larger agenda.
Mhm.
I think all that they know is they've been turned into a psychopath and they've been given protocols to enforce, and that's it. And they're happy to do it just because they like to hurt people.
Yeah, well, and so this goes back to the whole thing that we've talked about many times too, which is like, how people go, "Well, what difference does it make what other people are doing?
Who
Who
cares?
cares? Just let them do whatever." And we say, "Well, no, because they're dragging us down with the sinking ship.
Well,
When they
yes.
follow these protocols and all these people go along with it, they're not helping to like end the tyranny that's happening,
Pretty soon. Well, that's what remember that so the other example that I put, I was coming up with some triple M to the P examples, was during Cooties, I went to get my daughter a shake at 31 Flavors,
Yeah.
and the little, like, 19-year-old dude there, I'm a grown ass, almost 50-year-old man, and this 19-year-old is, like, admonishing me,
Yeah, he
and
was
s
triple MTPing you.
So I walk into 31 Flavors without my mask because I refuse to wear a mask during Cooties. And right when I went through the threshold of the 31 Flavors, he's yelling at me. Like he's over there making a shake. Sir, sir, you need to put on your mask. And I don't wear a mask. Then you have to leave. And I go, dude, you're ushering in tyranny, bro. I don't care. That was his exact response.
That's so lame.
You're ushering in tyranny. I don't care.
Wow. I just want to tell you what to do.
So I think that these kids, I think what you said, the now generation, I call them kids because they're all like in their. It's like millennials and the generation under them.
I call them the now generation because I think it spans several age groups. It's just the people that are really into like whatever's trendy and happening now. You
Because
know what I mean?
people born in our era, even if they're kind of scumbags, they remember a time where people weren't
They
psychopaths.
do remember some normalcy, most of them, but some of them are Dories and they don't remember.
They don't remember.
They just go along.
They're in their 50s, and you just like,
They're
don't you remember
followers.
growing up? You're just like, no,
No, I just wear my mask and
I
get
have a
my
Tesla.
boosters.
Oh my God, what if Teslas like suck your memory from you?
Well, you know what? Those lithium batteries, is that what they have? Lithium?
Are those the ones that catch on fire and you can't put them out?
They've got some big, gnarly batteries that are totally carcinogenic. And yeah, you can't put the fires out. And it's also really unhealthy to drive those cars.
Well, what if because they've studied mind control and they've studied all this stuff. What if they're sucking people's memories from them while they're driving their Tesla?
Oh my gosh.
What if
That's what's
they're
happening.
turning you into Dory?
That's what's happening.
And then you drive your
It's
Tesla to
zapping you.
Starbucks and you drink more and you're just like, I don't remember anything
I
now.
think there's a lot of stuff that erases your memory now.
Because it's not conducive for the culture club for people like you and
To
me to harken back to the 80s and the
no,
70s and remember what things were like.
it's not good to remember history. Like they don't want us remembering history because if we do, we might learn from it. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Or revert back.
Yeah.
Like, dude, customer service was so nice. It
I've
used to be so
I've
nice.
had so many jobs like, growing up and stuff like where I had to do customer service and that was always a really important aspect. Like
Yeah.
they really instilled in me that, the customer's always right. You treat them with respect. You're
Think
polite.
about
You're
that.
friendly.
The customer's always right.
Yeah, that's
How
not happening anymore.
now the
It's like
customer
the customer's always wrong,
always wrong.
you know?
Unless the customer does exactly what the protocol says, the customer's wrong.
Yeah.
and you have to leave.
Mhm.
The customer is not only always right, but if you don't follow protocols, you have to leave.
Right.
So they are kind of maybe training that out of
I
us.
think so.
They're training that out of us.
That customer service is a thing of the past.
So customer service is a harbinger of this tyranny
Mhm.
that's coming in. I think that's the gist of this episode.
Yeah, totally.
Do we have a white pill that we can prescribe for this one?
Um, I don't know. What would be the white pill?
Well, so
It's hard to deal with these people.
the white
We
pill
deal
is, yeah,
we deal with it on a regular basis when we have to get the room at the library to do our recordings,
it is.
right? We deal
It's
with the triple M's to the P's
oh
trying to
yes.
keep us out and trying to arrange our schedule and
Well, what was weird about that is when we first started recording, so we've been doing our show now for a little over a year.
yeah, we started just about a year, actually just about a year ago.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
is like our anniversary.
yeah.
So a year ago, when we started having to reserve these rooms at the library to record, nobody was using these rooms.
No, in fact, what did the girl tell you?
And she was like, "Well, there's a couple of Dungeons and Dragons kids that come in like once a month, but other than that, dude, please use them. Nobody uses them."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Great, this
and
is perfect."
and then suddenly it turned into this very popular place to be. They're
Yes.
like, you can only have it for 2 hours a week. And then the other library is like, you can only reserve it twice a month. And they're making up all these random rules. And then we come in sometimes and there's one person sitting in there. Like, why does one person need a conference room? Why are you having
Remember the one
you know
time?
what I mean? Shouldn't
Remember
that
the
be a
one
rule?
time?
Should that, if they're gonna like have all these rules, shouldn't that be a rule?
A
Like,
conference by definition should
yeah,
be a couple
if
people at least.
yeah, if you're by yourself in a library, you could go sit at one of the tables by yourself in a quiet corner of the library.
Maybe they're thinking out loud.
Oh, they're thinking out loud. Yes.
It just seems like if you're gonna be utilizing a library, a conference room, it should be a conference.
Yes, of like 2 or more people.
Well, remember there was one dude sitting in here by himself, and we came in and we had to leave
Yes.
because he smelled so bad, and he left like disgusting pubes on the chair.
He was so gross.
Like, how do you leave pubes behind, bro?
And then remember that time that
And it smelled so bad we had to leave.
remember that time they made us leave because they said our 2 hours was up, and we were like, "But nobody else is here to come in, so can we stay longer?" And the, security guard, the fat security guard came in and was using the room to have his lunch.
And
Even
he
though there's
was
a beautiful patio that he could have sat out outside, it was a nice
what was
day.
really bizarre about that was so for
They were
the whole 2 hours leading up to that, he was sitting at that table right in front of the conference room.
yeah,
And then for lunch, he goes, "I'm gonna go 10
I'm
feet
gonna
away."
move 10 feet to go sit down
You
at this.
guys
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, that just seems like weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like
totally.
they just wanted to triple M to the PS and make us leave because we had been in here 2 hours. So they came up with a reason for us to leave, which was, "Oh, this guy has to come sit here and have his lunch." So, but the exciting news is we are going to be moving into a private studio very soon.
That's good.
And so I think there's going to be a lot of improvements. We're going to have our sound system set up so it'll be
Sound will
more
be better.
consistent and we won't have interruptions. We'll be able to put out more content. And we're hoping that our listeners will enjoy all of that and
Yes.
maybe want to, like, possibly buy some of our merch or
We're gonna have the website
donate
buffed
donate
out.
to us so
We
we
have
can
donations, we have
pay.
membership, we have merch, and we also please follow us at X and please follow us at
Instagram,
Instagram, Unslave
Enslave
Your
Your Mind
Mind
podcast.
Podcast. We also are on Rumble and we are on when we post on RSS, we're on several platforms.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple.
It'd be great if our, 111 listeners would follow us on all these other formats because I think when you get we're against that whole follower thing, but we have to play the game if we're going to be doing this. So when you get like more followers on these things, then you can start to like make a little bit of money.
Well,
And we do need to make a little bit of money to pay for our
it
studio.
totally works that way too.
Yeah.
It's like So ChatGPT broke it down for me.
Oh god, I can't believe you'd use that thing.
Well, because it breaks down the dynamics of the
I
algorithm,
know. I think
which
I think ChatGPT is trying to sabotage us though, because
could be.
some of its advice has like worked against us.
It's true. You take their advice with a grain of salt, but I asked it, I was like, "How do the algorithms work?" And the way it works is it looks at how many posts you've done and how many followers you have,
Hmm.
and based on that data, that's how many people it gets shown to.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's lame.
So the more followers you have, the more followers you can get.
Yeah,
So it kind of promotes growth of bigger accounts.
like you have to be popular to get popular.
And isn't that the way it is with writing books? I think
Hmm.
that we should do an episode on.
Yeah,
You have to be popular in order to get popular.
yeah,
So you have to be in the culture club in order to be in the culture club.
right.
So like if you are Cloward and Piven, two little people from that country from 1948 in the 60s
Yeah,
working at a Chicago university,
yeah, that's
you
perfect.
you write a book, that's going to go New York Times
New York
bestseller.
Times bestseller before it even gets there.
Totally.
It's already a bestseller, and we haven't even sold one copy yet.
But I wrote a book, and dude, I might as well just be
Oh, you can't get
yelling into the
published.
void.
I have a friend who she wrote a book and it's really good. I read it. It's really well written and she can't get anybody to even really like take a look at it because she's not in the culture club.
She's not in the culture club, and that's what the triple M to the P is all about. It's you're in the culture club, and if you're not, we micromanage you.
Yeah.
Because right now they haven't figured out how to exterminate us yet, but that's coming.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So what does white pill
White
so
pill.
the white pill on this one is kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
What you have to understand, I think white pill is situational awareness.
Hmm.
Situational awareness. Understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
When you see this psychopathic customer service taking place, understand the larger dynamics.
Yeah.
And I think the way that we fight against it is start your own business.
Yeah.
Use alternatives, boycott the big boxes.
And boycott the people that are like this. So I'm going to be boycotting this vet. And
Yes.
also take a deep breath and try not to let their triple M to the P behavior affect you, although it's really difficult. And sometimes you do need to just go off on these people.
You kind of do.
You
Not
know?
that it has any effect.
No,
I wonder if you could red pill one of those triple empathies.
I don't know.
Like just right then start red pilling them.
They're like lacking oxygen so severely from their masks, it's hard to do.
They're shut down.
Yeah.
They're like, no, no,
Hmm.
I'm here to hurt you. I'm not here to listen to you. Anything else on this one?
I feel so good getting that off my chest.
That was cathartic.
It was cathartic.
It was cathartic.
But I hope that like with all of our episodes though, we hope that they are cathartic for our listeners because I feel like the things that we observe and experience and the things we go through are not unique to us.
No.
These are happening everywhere. And I think what our desire and our goals are for our podcast is to connect with people who understand this
Yeah.
and experience and feel the same things and they want other people to like talk to about this stuff and listen to
Totally.
because it can be lonely when you feel like you're the only one like this, but when you know that there's other people out there like that feel the same way and are experiencing the same stuff, it's like it feels good. So
Dude, I
misery
would
loves company.
I would love it if there's some lady in Iowa who listens to this episode and
It feels good.
she
Yeah.
goes, "Oh my God, the people at my hardware store that I go to are just like that. And
Yeah,
oh my God, I never thought of it. That's true." And then they start to connect dots because that's how Red Pill works is you connect dots.
totally.
So maybe this conversation might have somebody recognize triple M to the P behavior taking place in their local neighborhood, and then they're going to start to see the larger phenomena.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Bye.